What's good, YouTube? Y'all ought to know it's your boys. Them boys crazy. Y'all ought to know it's your boy Roy Ralph in this motherfucker, man.
I already know what's going on, man. Know it's your boy Cam Fizzle. Anytime you see our face, you know it's time for another reaction.
Man, it's 5 for the crazy conviction reaction. It's like, man, I already know these folks. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I think when people beat, where I say when people know they did what they did and they get like, man, them folks don't beat.
It'd be so funny because you have somebody in there that was a serial killer or I'm talking about them kill about 5 people and then they'll get on their sin and they still bust out crying. Like, what is you doing? Like, you
gotta run to do that.
He like,
yeah, I'm 5. Oh, you live about 10 of them, man.
Okay. I ain't think this one through. Oh, shit, man, tripping.
This is Jaleel Smith Riley in a Cincinnati, Ohio courtroom, who police say confessed to a robbery killing a 20-year-old woman and seriously wounding her boyfriend. Portia Brooks was in her car with her boyfriend Aaron Martin when Smith Riley came up to her car with 2 others looking to rob them. When Smith Riley found out Martin didn't have any cash, he was shot in the head, leaving him with permanent brain damage. Smith Riley then shot at Brooks, which killed her 3 days later.
Lord. Go back home with this. I just want to go home with this.
This is somebody that feels genuine remorse. This is somebody that thinks about this every day, and he knows it.
I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't be no lawyer, fool. I couldn't be no lawyer, bro. Due to the fact, you know what I'm saying, you got a real deal to defend folks that do crazy stuff like that. Like, how they really make you look, bro? Like, be real.
Oh,
And not saying he gonna do this, but I'm saying, man, they been saying, okay, I'm gonna give him another chance.
he gonna do it. He gonna do it. For sure.
They like finna rob somebody else real
You probably
quick.
because they ain't got no cash, you for sure gonna do it again.
Then killed the
Go back in time and undo what he did.
Now, Portia Brooks' mother delivers a victim impact statement.
But he killed me mentally, emotionally. He killed my identity as a mother of 3, as a family of 4.
This is now Brooks' sister speaking.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should deal with life without parole.
This is moments right before Jaleel Smith Riley gets the news that he will never be allowed to return home again.
Defendant serve a term of life without parole. As to count 4 for the offense of attempted murder.
You be happy, dog.
Man, them eyes start rolling to the money. And but see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They do stuff like that, and then, man, come on.
Walk it out, my boy, walk it out.
This is Diana Lovejoy. She used to be married to Greg Mulvihill living in Carlsbad, California. But soon their marriage fell apart and they divorced. After a messy divorce and lots of legal trouble, it ended with the court ordering Diana to pay $120,000 to Greg for his stake in their family house. The court also ordered that she must share custody of their son. Diana became furious about hearing the court orders. So she planned to kill her ex-husband by teaming up with her boyfriend, Weldon McDavid. Greg was shot in the torso, but luckily the bullet didn't hit his heart and he survived. Both McDavid and Diana conspired to murder, and the court has sufficient evidence against them.
It's so painful that some people in this world seem to think that I would have it in me to do this.
Interestingly, she fainted in court. She lowered her head down toward the defense table for a few seconds.
Verdict. We, the jury, find the defendant, Diana Jean Lovejoy, guilty of the crime of attempted murder of Greg Mulvihill.
And right when you hear guilty, you hear a thud.
Guilty of the crime of conspiracy to commit murder.
It silenced the courtroom, aside from hearing her family cry in the background.
Alright, we're gonna need to take a break.
Man, she be alright.
Man, your ass ain't funny.
She probably hit that K2 before she get.
Your ass up.
It's crazy how for a real deal be smoking kids. It's crazy.
She then is brought onto the floor. Medics bring her out, she still appears to be passed out. But doctors later found out she had only fainted. Weldon McDavid received 50 years to life in prison because he was the one that pulled the trigger. And Diana was sentenced to 26 years to life in prison.
Alright.
This is Seth Welch and Tatiana Fusari. a religious farming couple living in Cedar Springs, Michigan,
Ooh,
and they are charged
I know they did something crazy. I know they did
Yes,
something crazy.
of their 10-month-old girl, Mary Welch. Reportedly, they told police they noticed the baby was skinny and underweight, but did not seek medical attention because of their religious beliefs and mistrust of medicine and the government. This is the 911 call of the father when he reportedly found his child dead.
How long ago did you find the child?
It's about an hour and a half. I was waiting. I called my lawyer first thing to ask, what's the next thing I could do.
So you found the child an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
And called your lawyer first, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said, okay.
When
Yeah, I
was the
remember
last
he did
time
that.
you had contact with the child?
Last night, yesterday afternoon, about 3 p.m. She goes to bed, and that was that.
Okay, so you put her to bed yesterday at 3 p.m.?
Yeah, and then this morning at like 10.
So you're saying it's normal for your children to sleep from around 3 p.m. till 10 a.m.?
Usually about 9:30, yeah.
And you said when you found her, she was already believed to be deceased, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you consulted with a lawyer?
Yep.
Do you believe she was beyond help already?
Oh, yeah, she was dead at the door now.
Soon after, the autopsy revealed that the cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration due to neglect by the adult caregivers. And this is the moment they realize they will be spending the rest of their life behind bars.
That you're both charged with what they call felony murder, while in the perpetration or attempted perpetration of child abuse in the first degree, they're alleging that you murdered one Mary Welch. That is a charge called homicide felony murder. It is life without parole. It requires a DNA sample to be taken upon arrest, which is often like a cotton swab or in the inside of your cheek. The second offense that you're both charged with is called child abuse in the first degree, where they're alleging you knowingly or intentionally caused serious physical harm to a child. They're talking about this Mary Welch. It is a felony, possible penalty of up to life imprisonment or any term of years less than life.
This is
We got
Rhinestone.
So basically, they just got life.
Yeah, I mean, you just tear it down somewhere.
Ratto man that went on a crime spree that spanned 5 counties and was broadcasted live by a news station's helicopter.
It's so crazy because they had the serial killer that was in Memphis.
Yeah.
Them folks said he was in New Orleans, he was in Texas, he came here, somewhere else. He just going around. They said he had killed like 5 people in
Why you
Memphis.
might stop and walk home for
I
though?
don't know. You probably know somebody out there. I don't know. Yeah.
He's convicted of carjacking 3 vehicles, including one with a 4-year-old inside the SUV. Authorities said when Stone sped away, he led police on a chase at speeds over 100 miles per hour. If we rewind here, you can just barely see a vehicle that Stone was driving clipping a trooper with the Colorado State Patrol. As he was trying to place stop signs, he ended up with serious injuries.
Yeah,
You see Stone pull out another victim from their vehicle and
I
drive off.
remember this. Y'all
He heads right into a busy intersection.
Ooh, and he finna get out
And
of
now,
now.
the chase is on foot. He books it off the road into a parking lot, running in between 2 buildings. As he slips on the ice, he loses his jacket. Now there's just a fence in his way, but nope, it's too high. Cops now close in and he finally surrenders. Stone is now in the county jail, but he believes he should be getting paid for his internet fame while bragging to his friends about the high-speed chase.
Hey, did you know I made the news in the UK and Australia? What? Yeah, I get paid by YouTube. So, Channel 7 News, I believe, is going to be the one that gets paid for that. Well, I'm going to contact Channel 7 News. I want to get paid. You guys are getting paid using my name and my video footage.
During his opportunity to address the court about the recording,
Look, bro, you a little rush, slow, yeah.
Yeah, boy, you retarded. I'm just gonna keep it like that. I'm just gonna keep it real funky with you. You slow.
Kurt.
Boy, you crazy.
in jail, Stone blames it on emotional stress and the use of drugs.
We are going through trial after that. It was a week and a half trial. Extremely stressful. One of the phone calls about seeming like I was bragging about making international news, this, that, and the other. That was within the first week of being arrested. Still coming off of drugs.
Stone was convicted of 18 charges, including attempted manslaughter, child abuse, and assault. Then, the judge sentenced him to 160 years in prison. This is Esteban Carpio. The police were questioning him for the stabbing of an 85-year-old woman in Rhode Island.
Oh, man, he got the what's it called on, bro? See, that's why I don't miss the jail.
What?
Man, they spit masks on.
Police were questioning him for the stabbing of an 85-year-old woman in Rhode Island. In the interview room was Carpio and 2 detectives. One of the detectives left the room to get water for Carpio, leaving just him and Detective Sergeant James Allen in the room. Carpio grabbed Allen's gun and then shot him twice, killing him. He then jumped out of a window which was 3 stories high and made a run for it, but was apprehended just 45 minutes later. At his arraignment, Carpio came in wearing a mask designed to stop the offender.
Folk beat the bees off his ass. Folk beat the eyeballs out his ass. I ain't seen the picture of that junk going around a while back. Them folk beat.
I'm just saying though, like.
Just 45 minutes later, at his arraignment, Carpio came.
Everybody see the hush puppy, goddamn.
Boy, I'm talking about them junks. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Everybody see that.
Wearing a mask designed to stop the offender from spitting and biting at others. With also his face being in rough shape, it stunned the courtroom. It wasn't so much Carpio with the shocking reaction, more so his family members, making accusations of police brutality.
Come on, why they be doing all that? This man killed an 85-year-old woman with a knife. Then he turned around and killed the detective.
The detective, I mean.
And shot the man in. Come on now.
So, come on now. We talking about brutality here, bro.
Man, come on now.
Man, them folks cut their camera out, them folks.
Man, them folks. Slap them gloves on, them folks got straight to it on this end.
Step off.
Not guilty, Stephen!
Police brutality. He was mentally ill, and he needed help, and we couldn't get him. We tried and tried, and he didn't deserve it.
You wanna know some wild stuff? These type of families is the type that he killed. They just turn around and kill him. He killed his own folks.
FBI investigation concluded that the police did not use excessive force and that Carpio's injuries were sustained due to
he was
his...
that mentally ill. Y'all couldn't give him no help. Y'all should have locked his ass up in a room or something.
I'm telling you, he put in that basement or something.
from the 3rd floor of a building and struggle with law enforcement.
Every day, I face the facts of what I did and what happened.
He was sentenced to life in prison without parole.
Hold on, I got it.
They hit, I don't know what they hit that, they hit that boy did 4-5 or something.
I gotta see that face one more time. I just got to.
Everybody's like some blueberry muffins.
I'm talking about both of them shots. Oh my god.
And don't tell her what them lips are looking like.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, they be there. That's the real definition of blue black.
Yo, for real, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, my boy.
I don't even think my boy can see out there.
They probably still whooping that man ass right now. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh boy.
I probably the ass whooping the week. Hey, y'all like the video, give it a thumbs up. If we like the rest, don't forget to subscribe. It's your boy, them boy crazy. We out.